Welcome everybody to today's stream. Hello. Hope you all had a nice day so far. Let's have some fun together. Try out all the new stuff that we got with the patch. Just hunting down some stuff here right now for the new legendary ring. So I guess we have to talk to this guy and then we will play some maybe raids, maybe some other things that we can do. I want to try out some builds. The new relics seem interesting. And just a lot of stuff to do for me personally. Let me know if you like the patch, if you are happy with the fixes that they brought out in the last few hours, I guess. I'm just exploring. Is it this guy? No, it's not this guy. The other one. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Which one is it? One of them. Not this guy. Doesn't matter. We will do it later. I will do maybe some raids now. We also have a giveaway going on for the Twitch followers. On Twitch, we also have jobs going on. So if you want to join that one, ! Enter in the Twitch chat. You have to be a follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. So good luck to everybody. We will draw the winner in a while. So I wanted to do a Wing 4, a full one, to be honest, but I guess no one is there. No one is there. Let's see. Let's wait for a bit, or maybe we do some. Maybe we do some quick play. Let's do some quick play to start off. You know, what can we get? You know, how bad can it be? Can it be Old Line scored for the 5th time in a row? I don't know. We will see. I wanted to try out here this quickness DPS conduit. I really like conduit, and I think this is actually like peak. Look at this, 32k. Yes, that's the HP on this. Oh yeah, that's a crazy amount of HP, and you actually still deal a lot of damage. It's a cool build. I really like this one. But yeah, as usual, if you have any questions, any comments, let me know. We will talk about it and hopefully have some fun together. Hopefully the quick play is not bugged. It's already looking a bit weird that we don't get any no players. Let's see. I was trying to get into raids yesterday, and it's insane how toxic the raid community is. Crazy. What did you experience? Because, you know, for me it's really hard. Yeah, I think it's bugged. Sad. Yeah, so what did you experience? Because for me it's really like, I don't have problems getting into stuff, but I also don't encounter any toxicity. Maybe it's just because I'm lucky, maybe it's just because I'm a veteran, but what was the problem? You know, I'm always happy to like talk about it and see what we can do as community, maybe improve there. And yeah, I guess we will just do some festival stuff and see what we can do after that. But yeah, I think that the problem is like you have to split between like people that want to have only experienced other people with them using KP and stuff like that, and people that are actually toxic. So they kick you for no reason out of the group, that are just like offending you. That is definitely toxic and should not be the case. But if people want to play with other experienced people and using kill proof for that, I think that is not necessarily toxic. It's not a perfect system 100%, but it's definitely not like toxic by itself, I would say. So I'm really interested to hear what was the issue there for you, because it's really like, for me personally, it's quite hard to understand why people say Guild Wars 2 PvP specifically, but also raids. Why is it toxic? What is the issue there specifically? We have some more nice. We have some more relics that we don't have unlocked. There we go. I feel like you make one mistake and they insta kick. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, you know, the thing is, if you do a mistake and it was just something that it's maybe just an error, yeah, human error. That is, I think, if they kick you for that, that's mean. That's really mean. You know, it can happen. If you're the tank and just misstep once, that can happen. And I think especially if you are in a lower, so to say, experience level group, then I think that is not fair to kick you there. If you are like in a party that did the boss 100 times and you fail like the most important mechanic and everyone dies because of that, I think that is something different. but I think it's still probably not a reason to kick you, because kicking is really mean if you just did a mistake. If you clearly didn't know a mechanic. So for example, if you're an Aether Blade Hardout, this strike mission or now raid encounter, and there's this laser one-shot mechanic. And this laser one-shot mechanic is, in my opinion, a clear tell if someone actually understands the mechanic or not. You know, if you're standing in the laser, you die. And if you're in a challenge mode, in the challenge mode for this fight, and someone is standing in the wrong spot, then it's not a mistake, it's by them not knowing the mechanic. And I think then it might be fair to kick them if you ask for specifically experienced players, because they are not experienced then. But if you did a mistake, just a silly mistake that can happen to everybody, you know, I do silly mistakes all the time here on stream, and they kick you for that, that is mean. And that I would not generalize and say this is happening all the time, and that's always the case, that you have always toxic players. But I think it can happen, that's sad, You still get to give raids, quick play raids a go. That doesn't instill confidence. I would say that's like, there is a bad apple and people talk about it. And 90% or even more of the encounters that you have, it's just everything is fine, nothing weird happens. It's just oftentimes it's like you only hear about the bad things. So don't be like disencouraged to try them just because we talk about a bad apple here. I just want to talk about it because I feel like if players really get disincentivized to play raids because they had one bad apple, I think that is not healthy for the whole community. That's why I want to talk about it, and hopefully we can actually improve on that. Yeah, that's a lot of damage here. That's a lot of damage. The thing is, I've experienced no real toxicity because our game modes in Guild Wars 2 in general. I just feel like in raids they are extremely diehard for no reason. Yeah, that is obviously the problem. Is in raids, a lot of people, especially like when you play raids for the first time, a lot of people are somewhat experienced, and they think because they are very experienced, they have, so to say, the right to tell people that are not that experienced that they should like stop doing what they are doing. And that's just like, in my opinion, not correct. If you are experienced and someone is not as experienced or someone did a mistake, in my opinion, they should, in my opinion, completely handle it in a way that they say, okay, I know more than this player, or they did a mistake, and I will just say it once. This was a mistake of you. Please improve on that. Don't do that next time. And then if you do it again, then maybe you can kick them. But if you like twice, like if you tell them once and in the second try that's completely fine, I think everyone deserves a second chance. So I'm with you there. I think it's really mean if you just get kicked, and if that's the only, so to say, negative thing that you encounter in Guild Wars 2, I think then that's not good for you for sure. But I personally think it's telling how nice the game is as a whole. PvP root players thinking they are the best. Yeah, that is just ignore that. In PvP, like especially, just ignore it. It really, like, it doesn't matter. Just try to have fun, try to get better, and don't care about the others. Like, that is, in raids, of course, that's not that easily possible, because if someone is just like commanding, they can like kick you. If you are the commander and people are just bad or like toxic and stuff in your party, you can kick them. But it's in PvE, it's more like a group play. In PvP, you can just ignore someone that is typing weird stuff. Yeah. Came back to VOE. What build do you recommend for Gamerdead? Rival Mech is still strong. Yeah, Rival Mech is extremely strong. If you want just to have some easy time and range damage, Rival Mech is like extremely good. Like over 40k DPS, it's crazy good right now. It's really like, I see it so often in my raids, especially in quick play, but in normal raids, whatever I do, that a mechanist with a rifle is top DPS. It's not because they are god gamers, it's just because they play a build that is so easy to perform on that they outperform the people that think they play a build that is harder and are good at it, but they are not. So Rifle Mech is the go-to option for like almost everybody. Like, I should play it as well, I just don't like mech that much. That's it. Yeah. Also, please remember, everyone, the only content in random solo queue is you. Exactly. You know, try to have fun, try to be like happy about the gameplay that you get, and if someone is toxic, just either block them or just ignore them. That's my tip. Yeah. If I met a new character, would you recommend picking the story up? I ended up on another. I would say if you enjoy the story, yes. I think that would probably be the smartest way of doing it. I personally think like the story, how I handle story is I play story on one character, and that's it. I don't like to swap characters all the time, because that can be a bit annoying. Sometimes the story progression isn't like saved really. So for me personally, I think it's better to play it on one character and then go from there and say, okay, we go to a different character after I did the story, and then I play the character not in the story but anywhere else. That's what I do. But yeah, that's just my tip. Wise words, yeah. Welcome everybody. Welcome Novgrim. And by the way, if you want to join the giveaway, enter in the Twitch chat. 400 gems on the line, sponsored by ArenaNet. And subscribers get 5 times the luck. And yeah, you have to be a follower to win. Sorry, my YouTube viewers, but we will do giveaways there as well at some point. It's just currently our Twitch drops happening, so there is even more incentives to watch on Twitch. And yeah, good luck to everybody. We'll spot a winner in a couple of minutes. Thankwurst, Peter. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for the Prime. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Do you think the newer raid crab lobster boss thing is ArenaNet trying to get somewhat away from the constant group stacking? Yeah, I think it really, like, you can clearly see that they are trying to incentivize players to do kiting mechanics, to not stack on top of each other all the time. You could see that already with some of the other mechanics. For example, in Decima, you could see that you have to have multiple different, so to say, how's it called? Group party parts that are not stacking on top of each other and stuff like that. And in Ura, you also have to move out all the time. I think they are really trying with the new encounters to make it more incentivized that you move out of the group, that you actually care about positioning way more, and that you bring DPS and supports that are actually willing to go out of the group and still provide value. Like, for example, Druid or something like that. Yeah, I really think so. Thanks, Chidal, for the Prime. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream as well. Yeah, you have now higher luck at winning the giveaway. That's great, I guess. Yeah. But I think you can clearly see that they are trying to improve the issues by making encounters design around that. It's not always working, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's like perfect, but I think it's definitely looking like they're actually trying to improve there. Yeah, I see that. For the new fashion templates, as you get 2, I keep 1 empty to basically get the old wardrobe system. Is there a better way? I have to be honest, I'm not completely sure what's the best way to use fashion templates, because I do it exactly like you. So I have one, like I have my equipment templates and they have my look, and then I swap in. You see, I'd never swapped into fashion templates here on this character. And then I use my one fashion template here for the look, and then I set apply on change. That's it. I have no clue about how to make it better use, because I just don't engage with fashion that much. I just don't. That's the problem. If you would ask someone that actually plays Guild Wars 2 like mostly for fashion simulating, then maybe you have like a better chance of getting an answer. Maybe someone here in chat knows. I just really, I like to play the game, and I don't like to play the UI. That's mostly for me. Okay, let's do some more. Lunar New Year. Yeah, glad you like the website. Yeah, glad to like the website. Always trying to improve. I'm not the best developer, so it will take a while, but I will improve it in the future. So don't worry. When you pull the giveaway, gotta go in about 45 minutes. Yeah, I will probably draw it in like 30 minutes or something. So you will still be fine. If you're staying around for that time, yeah, you should be fine. You should be fine. Okay, let's do some more of the firecrackers here, and we should be done with the daily. There we go. Maybe we can get some raid bosses. I really want to get wing 4 today. It's one of my favorite wings, so maybe we can. There we go. There we go. Just ask for it and you will get it. Okay, I'm quick DPS. What do I play quick DPS? I guess we're playing quick DPS Conrad, you know? That's what I wanted to play anyway. So that's what we're gonna play. Let's check if I'm correct here with the setup. Always, always clicking the second button from the top to get to the builds. So I have to get accustomed to that fashion now. Yeah. Not using Thief for the Celestial Challenge. Yeah, I should use that, but I just am on one character and then I use it. It doesn't really matter. I wanted to play anything. Thief would be the fastest thing for sure to get all the races going, but it doesn't really matter. It's like you are one person, and there are like probably 25 or something people in there. So your progress is nice. You should participate, but it's not like if you get like 10 more, I don't know, rings go through in the race that you will like carry the whole thing. I think it's good, yeah. I've got 250 hours now and farmed up 650 gold. The thing is, I don't really know what to do to use the gold and how much possible gold to have. So it depends a bit what you like to go for. If you're a gamer that wants to have the perfect gear all the time, then you should go for ascended gear. You should probably also maybe try to get a legendaries going, stuff like that. Personally, I would say getting full legendary and the meta build going on your main character that you want to play, that is probably the smartest way of doing it. But I think you can also go for skins. You can increase your inventory. You know, look at this. You can get some more inventory bags, back slot expansion, stuff like that. I think it heavily depends what kind of player you are. Some people only want to get for a new skin and have the newest look of them for the character. Some people want to have the best in slot inventory and bank expansion and that kind of stuff. And some people, like they want to have like crazy amounts of legendaries and that kind of stuff just for the convenience and the best in slot gear. All of that needs gold. Guild Wars 2 is very gold dependent, so just like find something that you like. It's more like a sandbox game and go for that with the gold, at least. I'm curious what you think of Endless Summer. I crafted it yesterday and was blown away by all the different animations. The sunbeam, the crabs, castles, the fish, and it really went to town with it. Saying that, I can see my future safe turning it off. Yeah, I have to be honest, it's like extremely crazy how much stuff they put into that. It's one of the most animated legendaries in the entire game, and it's just a trinket. It's not a weapon or something where you have a draw animation. So that is, I would say, good, because it's really incentivizing people to get it done, to play it for this specific ring, and that's nice. I personally think I will go for it, even though I already have 2 legendary rings just to get the skin. I'm not sure if I go for 2 of them. I'm already on it, and we will see. We will see. I'm happy. I hope we get that with all the upcoming legendaries and stuff as well. That it's really about you get the stuff that you actually want to like get like full legendary from your game mode that you're playing. And I think that's looking like it's going to work in the future. We're getting World versus World accessory next patch. That's exciting. Exciting. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome, Coco. Welcome. Ah, first gets double points. That makes sense. Then Thief is the best, you know, if you want to get more gold. Welcome, Vanessa. Welcome. Nice watching my stream at school. I mean, don't get caught then, you know. How do I join strikes now with the new system? I don't get it. So if you are just in a party, or in a squad rather, it pops up anywhere in the world. So if someone goes into the instance, it pops up. If you want to be the open the instance, you have to go to Lion's Arch Airdrome, for example, and go into the big red portal. You know, just go in there and then you get the UI. Those are the 2 options. And if you're already in instance, you can always go and click here, right click on this icon. If it pops up, then you can say go to a different instance. You will see that at the end here when we are done with this boss. I will show it. Yeah. Yes, I'm on EU. I'm in EU, Vanessa. Are those rings easier than the others? Yes, I would say they are easier. They are probably the easiest to grab. It's just open world, some quest line. You have to get some stuff done. We might even do it later, just talking to some NPCs and stuff like that. And some gold. That's it. Gold and some Visions of Eternity materials. Nothing special, nothing crazy, but it's like good. It's like helping. Do we have some food? Not the correct one though. Is Unload Pistol Thief good? Yes, it is very good for the first character. It's very easy to understand. You can learn the mechanics of the fights, and then if you are comfortable and want to play a different class, you can swap from there. But it's good. Yeah, it's really good. The thing is, I'm a player that doesn't really care about legendaries. With Ascended gear, I've got 1 slot, almost full Ascended armor, which I farm with Wizard's World, but only to utilize infusions for fractals. I mean, that makes sense. Then you can go for masteries, get your Sky Scale set up, all that stuff that is, so to say, helpful in the future. Yeah. It's still not the right food. Then I have to use my other food. Yes, I'm in Europe. Exactly. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Any spec close to Reaper gameplay with many maybe better boons, but still easy solo? What's easy? I guess Mechanist is probably better with the boons solo, and it's similar easy. You can play Rifle Mechanist even if you want. Spear Mechanist is even better solo. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so let's equip the right food, and then let's do some cairn. Is it challenge mode? No, I think it's normal mode. That's fine. There we go. Let's concentrate a bit. I will catch up in chat after that. I just don't want to die here with my party. And I'm also quick DPS, you know, so I have to be aware of always, like, sticking to my rotation, otherwise the party will complain that they don't have permanent quickness. So let's do that. So yeah, Spectre is also good. Good point. Good point. Welcome, Wiz, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's quite interesting. Yeah, it's quite like some people want to go for a legendary. What is actually going on? Our commander gave us interesting. Our commander said we have 13 minutes to clear the whole ring, so it's almost a speed run. Let's see. Let's see. But yeah, so I was saying some people go for legendary in the first 100 hours and want to get the first legendary, and some people, like we have here in chat, they have over 5k hours and don't have any legendary until then. It's crazy. Guild Wars 2 is such a sandbox game. It really is. So just play what you like. Some people play like raids and get the legendary very fast. Some people play open world and don't care about legendary at all. Just play what you like and go about the game how you like to play it. That's the important part. I really think it's oh god, how did that hit me? I think this is such a weird thing sometimes. Doesn't look like you are standing in it and it still hits you. That's fine. Bit annoying though. First time playing this quickness DPS build, by the way, so trying my best not to grief the group here, I have to be honest. So definitely noticeable in the DPS, I have to be honest. Definitely noticeable. But it's okay, you know, everyone has to learn at some point. That's what I keep saying myself. So hopefully we don't get like killed by the agony here. Looks okay. So scuffed my rotation. So scuffed. I would really like to have a bit of a better rotation in the next boss, but it's okay. I think we still get the kill here. We should be fine. Just get greed. There we go. We did it. And the biggest thing is, I mainly play PvP in World vs. World and started crafting it after 5k hours playtime. If I would care more about it, I would be 1 legendary armor per 3 weeks of World vs. World. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, everybody plays the game differently, and some players really like to min-max, like I do. I want to get every single thing that is really valuable for me as fast as possible. But some people just like to play the game, you know, they don't want to think about getting the perfect gear or think about like, legendary doesn't provide any value for me. Just play the game, you know. Some people play PvP only in Guild Wars 2 and they have like 10k hours in PvP only. And they could have crafted like full legendary in armor and trinkets, it's almost, yeah, and stuff like that. But they don't because they just want to play the game. And I think that's completely fine as well. Everybody plays the game differently, and I think Guild Wars 2 is one of the rare MMOs that is like really sandbox. You can play whatever you like. It doesn't matter. Every single game mode has some incentives for you to play, and in the future maybe even every single game mode might even have the ability to get full legendary from that. So I guess that's cool in the future as well. For now we only have open world. That's the only thing that gives all legendary. But nah, I mean, we also have to play World vs. World, I guess, for the gift of battles, but that's about it. Yeah. Welcome, Chopper. Welcome. I'm happy to have just a few hours a week for fishing. But I really enjoy to play the game without stressing about making the best gold power. Yeah, I mean, fishing is good for that, exactly. Fishing is awesome for that. Nice, we speedrun this here. Let's just do the normal modes very, very fast. I like it. Exactly, don't forget to enter the giveaway. We will draw the winner after this raid wing. !! giveaway in the Twitch chat. You have to be a follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. And good luck to everybody. We will, like I said, like a couple more minutes. We have a timer here from the commander, so it will not be that bad, I would say. We'll have to wait a bit, but not too long. 400 gems are on the line, sponsored by ArenaNet. So thanks for that. And let's see what we can make work here in this wing, how fast we can do it. Hopefully this time the rotation is a bit better. I still am like so scuffed with it. I have to really like learn this build a bit more. It's so fun, it's so fluid. I really like Condi Conduit. But yeah, not perfect rotation yet. But this is also one of the easiest bosses in the entire game. I think I have to swap though after this to a different character. You don't want to play Condi on Samarok. That's the thing. You really don't. So I will swap, I guess, after this to Power Chrono. Power Quickness Chrono for some stability and a lot of CC, I guess. That's probably the wisest choice here. Spikes. I have so much health, it's actually crazy. I'm so tanky on this. There we go, we did it. We did it. Now we swap to Chronomancer. I'm new to Guild Wars 2 and I'm hesitant between Guardian, Warrior and Revenant, which is the best class to start with. I think it heavily depends what you like. If you don't have any like preference there, I would say probably Guardian seems to be the overall best pick there, just because it's very flexible, it's quite easy to get into, it can be really good at the end game as well in every single elite spec and every single game mode. That's just my opinion though, yeah. So that's what I would recommend. Yeah. I'm really just want Legendary Armor to change my damn stats and really branch out on the fly. I'm sick of either creating new characters for farming exotics and buying multiple build equipment templates. Yeah, I'm with you there. That's for me was the only reason to go for full legendary. Really, I don't care about the skins. I equip them if I'm lazy, but I don't care about the look most of the time. It's just really about the flexibility of getting like able to swap on the fly all the builds and don't have to worry about getting new ascended gear just to make the build work. Nah, I just do it with like 2 clicks. That's the convenience. That's awesome for someone that plays all classes, all builds, all game modes. Definitely worthwhile. Yeah, I'm with you there. When I talk about PvE, I'm thinking of open world, boss kills, reckless. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Guardian is awesome for that. Exactly. Okay, let's go in. Should I be the tank? No. Am I quick DPS? I have to double check. Yeah, okay. Always like Chronomancer. The hardest part about Chronomancer is that I have to check which boon I'm actually providing. Oh my god, it killed my fucking thing. Ah, so mean. My opener. So mean, it killed my continuum split. It's okay, it's okay. It's just normal mode. When you straight Reichs remodel out, it's already out. It came out on Tuesday. It's now out, and it was a bit buggy the first day and the second day, but now it's I would say quite improved. They did some fixes there, and come on, no, we lost our. Not good. We lost someone already. I don't know, Abdi, what you mean with this. I don't know. Chichi? Okay, I guess we Chichi. That was the healer. Okay. Very similar. I started with Legendary Amulet and Accessories, and just yesterday my second win. Now the scary Fractal back. It's not that scary. You know, it's like probably one of the easiest legendaries to get after the open worlds. It's quite cheap, and it just requires you a bit of Fractal gaming. You know, the challenge modes that you have to do in those Fractals are just normal Fractals that have healing debuff for you. It's not like you have to do normal challenge modes. It's still very easy. Don't worry. It's like go into Fractals and you, with the current power level of the classes, you just will clear it with no problem. Don't worry about it. The Ad Infinitum, so the Legendary Fractal Backpack, is actually really nice to get nowadays. It's really not a big deal for most players. So this time it will not kill me, hopefully. Okay, it didn't. Because it's really annoying if your Continuum Split, like Orb or whatever, dies, you will revert back in time without having all the cooldowns reset. That's really annoying. There we go, we got the CC down. This is also a rather easy raid boss. It just requires some CC and some stability. That's about it. So if you never saw that one before, it's Wing 4, probably the easiest raid wing to get into. We should probably take more CC, I have to be honest. I was thinking like of swapping my stability mantra for more CC, but I thought like better have some stability. We never can trust in pack groups the healer. But let's see, I guess I should have gone for more CC instead. No, it's fine this time. Okay. It's fine. No, I really try to be like always positive and stuff like that. And excuse my language if I really rarely say some offending thing. It should not be the case. I really try to be positive here all the time on stream. Need another CC, please. I guess that's maybe good enough. Yeah, barely good enough, but okay, we take that. Which was your first legendary? So my first legendary, I think that was back in 2015 or 2014 or something, was Twilight. Really, such a classic. My first legendary was a great sword. It was Twilight. Twilight is just really nice, and I played back then Warrior as my main, and Warrior is just like 100 blades for the win, and you really, like, that was such a classic. I think like almost half of the community went for, oh my god, they got knocked back. So yeah, Twilight it was. Thanks for the Prime, Hedge. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. No, they should CC me very fast or I die. Please. Oh, good, the barrier. Barrier safe. I like it. Very good. That's not good. It's not good. Ah, the commander. That's good. You should not stack on the party here if you have the ally friend debuff. There we go. Let's see. And after that, I have no clue what I went after. I think it might have been Bifrost. Because back then, you know, in 2014, 2015, there was only weapons. There was Generation 1 weapons. That's it. You did not have trinkets. You did not have armor. Nothing like that. Ooh, they might be dead. Oh, that was so close. Yeah, so it was really, I went for some of the weapons first. Obviously, that was back then the only available thing to go for. But Twilight, yeah, I have good memories about getting Twilight. I was farming dungeons back then to get gold. Yeah, very interesting times back then. But it changed nowadays. I would not necessarily recommend for a new player to go for Twilight. Twilight is a nice skin, but it's not as valuable going for Greatsword than going for armor or going for trinkets. It's just more valuable going for those, I would say. Not saying it's not worthwhile going for Twilight. I'm just saying others might be even better. Welcome, Garlic. Welcome. I'm doing fine. Hopefully doing fine as well. They have to pull it back. Nice. Same for you. Very good. Nice. Thanks for the Prime then, Vanessa. Really appreciate it. Would you say Celestial Leg DPS Spectre is received decently in groups, either Raid or Fractals? So the thing is, if you play Celestial Alacrity Spectre, you play it as a healer, not as a DPS. So you play it as a heal Alacrity, and you have some DPS in there. That's what you would do. The thing is, whenever you play Celestial, your damage is not high enough to really justify being played as a full Alacrity DPS, but you have some healing in the kit as a Spectre. So you would rather play it as a healer that also provides like 10k, 15k damage or something, which is for a healer very, very good. You know, you can look at our healers, they have like 2k DPS in the current like squad. So that is definitely like, that's why Celestial Elect offensive healer Spectre is extremely good, like really good. It's just, you have to have the group for that. So for example, in Bone Skinner, it can be a bit challenging because your healing output is, it's again, always on me. Hopefully this time this is CC. Nice, that's good, very good. Yeah, but last few percent, come on. No, don't kill me. There we go. But that's just my opinion, you know. Some people say it's not worth going for an offensive DPS heal, so to say. But I personally think it's very much worth it in a lot of cases. Yeah, because it's just providing some more damage, and you don't need that much healing in a lot of fights. Like Celestial Paragon, for example, is also great in a lot of cases, or Celestial Firebrand. There are so many good Celestial DPS or DPS healers nowadays. You don't need that much healing in a lot of cases. For example, this fight, you could also play Celestial. It's not that good for Condi though, because Celestial typically plays Condi, but it doesn't have that much healing pressure. No, very good. To Demos. I did Incinerator first and regret it after realizing it looks like a cheap sword skin. Yeah, I think Incinerator is a somewhat nice looking legendary, but I would not always equip it all the time. And I went for it at some point after that as well. But I personally would say it's not like crazy good. It's one of the, like, I would say somewhat like B tier skins for legendaries, and it's a dagger. You know, a lot of classes use daggers, so I guess that's good then. I guess we take, what do we take? Do we want to play it safe and take some precognition well with a 60-second cooldown, or do we want to take some more CC? I think we're going for CC. 60-second cooldown on the well is painful. So would you go Harrier then in raids? Yeah, if you play Heal Spectre in raids, you can go for Harrier or go for Giver's Gear if you want to be the tank. If you want to, for example, if you know that you can survive with Celestial as healer, then you can also go Celestial. But you should always fill the healer role if you go for Harrier or Celestial. If you want to go full DPS, go Ritualist for Alacrity DPS, or for full DPS without Alacrity, go for Viper. That's what Spectre is. Those 4 options you have. Yeah, quick play raids currently is only for the old strike missions, but they hopefully add raids in there as well. Yeah, Troubadour is actually it was quite a big nerf to World vs. World and PvP Troubadour, especially support Troubadour. It's a bit sad, I have to be honest, a bit sad. Anyone having any tips for someone who wants to main Ranger? I mean, just get in, try to find the spec that you enjoy the most, like if it's Soul Beast, if it's Untamed, just stick with those and try to get the build going, you know? Just set the build up that you like Quickness DPS Untamed, for example, or something like that, and try to learn the rotation, try to learn how it feels, how the attacks are cast, how long it takes and stuff. Just get the feeling for it, play it in open world, play it in all the content that you play, and you will slowly improve. That's the tips that I can give you. Just read all the attacks, the skills, the traits, and you should be fine. That's what I always say. Just be patient, try to play around it. Oh, we lost someone. No. How did we lose someone in the beginning already? That's not a good thing. It's okay. Hopefully. If it's just a DPS, I guess we are fine. If it's just a DPS, we are fine. Is that the hand kite, or is our commander now hand kiting? It's normal mode, so it should not be that bad. We could also not find the infusion here. That's the problem if it's just normal modes. But it's okay. I don't get the infusion either way. So, how did that block and then still knock me? Very interesting. Good job, good job. Daredevil and Spectre, all I play. Yeah, I mean, they are really good classes. I mean, it's fun. It's definitely fun to play those two. And you are very flexible in PvE. You can fill every single role except quickness. That's it. So I can see why you would play only those, yeah. New Guild was 2-player. Is Sword and Shield Greatsword viable for Guardian? I mean, depends what you mean with viable. You know, so viable in Guild Wars 2, everything is viable in Guild Wars 2. You can play the weirdest weapons combos if you want and be fine in open world, for example. I would not recommend specifically Sword Shield in like raids or something with Greatsword. That is like a bit weird because either you go for full DPS and swapping the shield for something else, or you go for something a bit more defensive and go for a healer with a shield, like, I don't know, Firebrand with a shield and a mace or something like that. Guild Wars 2 has quite clear role distinction, so you want to use your weapons that fill the specific role. So if you're a healer, you go for healing weapons and don't go for aggressive weapons at the same time. Oh my god, I should not have went out in there. I thought it's already over. Yeah, stuff like that. So you should really think about like going for like a shield is really defensive in Guild Wars 2. And oftentimes if you play Guardian or something more aggressive that wants to be a DPS, then you should play Guardian with a DPS weapon and nothing else and not a shield. That's sadly the case. I have that a lot of times actually, new players wanting to play a shield, but shield is just not an aggressive weapon in Guild Wars 2. It's always this defensive. There is not a single build that is offensive and uses a shield. That just doesn't exist. Maybe in the future, but right now it doesn't. So I would say maybe swapping the shield for another sword or stuff like that, then you will be fine. But it depends on the game mode, as Hedge says. Yeah, exactly as Vanessa points out. The game modes are very like important. Yeah. But like I said, in open world specifically, you can play whatever you like and it doesn't really matter. Everything works, and even in raids you can do it. It's just not optimal. Yeah, and sometimes you want to be optimal to have the easiest time possible, because it's in Guild Wars 2, like you can clear everything with everything. That is fine, but that doesn't mean you should, because sometimes it's just like you waste your party's time for going for something not perfectly optimized. And sometimes it's also way harder. That's right. Yeah. Didn't Scrapper use shield as DPS at some point? Yes, at some point that was the case, but right now it's just hammer all the way. That's the thing. Scrapper is like hammer only. Yeah, you can play a rifle if you really wanted to, but no H's. Sad, but that's okay. Yeah, that was a very nice Wing 4 clear. I played very badly, but we cleared it very fast. Oh my god. Did we lose a healer in our subgroup? We might have lost it, or our commander is kiting. There we go. We did it. We did it. Was not that hard. So now I can showcase if you want to go to a different instance. You can click here and then select new and then can open a new instance from this. So this is really nice. That's really good. Really good. Really nice like thing, and you get some gold. It was a nice clear and really nice showcase of how nice it can work. Good job. What is different in Demos CM? It's exactly the same. Demos CM has no difference. The only big difference that Demos CM has is that you don't get help by Sol. So you saw there was this NPC, and this one NPC made it so that you are not able, or that you get, for example, the bubble in the middle. You don't get one shot if you stand in the bubble. You get, for example, a buff on Demos, or debuff for Demos and a buff for you to deal way more damage for a couple of seconds all the time. That is something that happens, so to say, passively. And this is in normal mode the case. So the NPC helps you in the normal mode. And in challenge mode, the attacks and everything stays the same. It's just that the NPC doesn't help you anymore, which doesn't sound that bad, which is also not that bad, but it requires a bit more organization. For example, this one-shot attack, where you normally have to move in the blue bubble, this is, so to say, only mitigated, really only mitigated by blocks. So oftentimes DPS players don't have blocks because they don't take shields. That means that you want to have H's from your supports. That is, so to say, a common mechanic, and that is probably the only thing that is really difficult in challenge modes compared to normal mode. But it's not hard at all. So I don't know why we didn't go for full challenge modes with this party, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. You know, I just play it for fun and the dailies, and that's good enough. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's time to draw the winner. Exclamation mark enter in the Twitch chat. You have to be a follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck, and we will draw the winner now. So we have 1 more minute for everybody, and good luck. Good luck, good luck. And I promised after the raid wing we will do the giveaway. 400 gems are on the line, sponsored by ArenaNet. So yeah. If it says fail to enter, it says it because you're already in. Yeah, so don't worry. It's only for Twitch viewers. So if you're on YouTube, you have to either go to Twitch or wait for a bit, and I will do a YouTube giveaway as well. Thanks, Monk. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for the Prime. So, I think it's time. I think it's time. I think the time has passed 1 minute roughly. So, good luck to everybody. I will draw the winner, and let's see. Hopefully the person is here. And the winner is Lanzen General von Turgau. I probably butchered that name. Thanks for the Prime, really appreciate it. But you won without it, apparently. That's good enough, you know. Who needs 5 times luck if you can win without it? Good. I mean, very nice. You are here. Just let me know if it. Just write me in chat. I mean, you just subscribed, so I guess I can send you the gems directly. Just one thing. If you're on Steam, let me know that as well. You know, let me know. Let me know. If you're on Steam, that's the important part. If you're on Steam, I will send you the gold instead. Because for whatever weird reason, German dude can't read German name. Exactly. You know, it's just, I'm speaking English all the time. You know, I'm only on chat in stream, and I can't speak German anymore. I have the accent, but nothing else. Yeah. I'm on Steam? Okay. Then please let me know your account name in Guild Wars 2. So the one with the numbers. If you have that one, then you can send it to me, and I can send you the gold. Because the thing is, Steam players, for whatever weird reason, cannot redeem gem codes. So I will just send you 100 gold instead, which is almost exactly 400 gems worth. So I guess you can do with the 100 gold what you want to do. Exactly. So just let me know your in-game account name, so the one with the numbers here, and then I can send it to you. Really weird, really weird. Yeah. Fake German, exactly, fake German. So good. Yeah, I think it's really weird that like Steam has so many, I wouldn't say restrictions, but it is just like definitely worse to play on Steam than playing the normal client. So you don't get the redeem of the gem codes. You don't have the access to, for example, what is it? The sales often don't work. There we go. Thanks for sending it. There we go. Then I will send you the mail with 100 gold. Congratulations. And I will, of course, also open another giveaway when it's sent. Give me a second. So congrats here. Ah, you play on Steam with your website account. I mean, if that works, that's fine as well. That's fine as well. So let's see. We sent the gold and we open another giveaway. It's up. So exclamation mark enter to enter. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. It's only on Twitch though. How do I make Sage amulet for World vs. World stats? Sage doesn't exist in World vs. World or in PvE. The Sage is a really weird amulet. Let's take a look at it. Sage is power, vitality, healing, power, condition damage. This exact stat combination doesn't exist in World vs. World. So if you want to have something close to it, you can probably go for like, you can check it out here if you go to customize and see. Okay, so you want to have something with healing power. You could go for apothecaries, which is somewhat close, but not really. It doesn't really exist. You can scroll through, but maybe Plague Doctor would be close somewhat, but you don't have power there. So it's like it doesn't exist. It really doesn't. You maybe Zealots. There are some builds that can make use out of like multiple stats to get somewhat close to the Sage stat, but the exact Sage stat doesn't exist in World vs. World. It just doesn't. Some PvP amulets are somewhat weird. So, for example, Heretic doesn't exist either in World vs. World in PvE. So that's just how it is, sadly. Okay, let's play this side-noting Todd Dagger Evoker. I really wanted to play this build and showcase it a bit. Let's go and go far. I guess there is no one there. Good cross play. Very nice. No one here. I guess I get the captain. Yeah. Plague Doctor is the closest to Sage. Yeah, that might be true, but it's still not exactly Sage. That's why I think like it's so weird. It's not weird, but I would like to have more stat types, to be honest. I'm a build theory crafter. I think that would be awesome. But I see that it's like there are so many unused stats in a lot of cases. I think it's probably unlikely that they will ever do that. Let's push in the team fight here. Like let's just push in there. Maybe get the decap even here. Are large tests in Bureau Marches still bugged? Yeah, I think they were like a couple of hours ago, they were still bugged. Sage Tempest with, oh, it's not Sage, but it's Carrion with a lot of CC with Todd. Let's push in a 1-on-1. What is that even here? It's such a... This is one of the most annoying builds. Like, it's so annoying. It's crazy. You have so much CC spam on your enemy. It's really annoying. How many people are here? Like 1? And then we can get the decap. 2v2 here? Nah, we take that. Okay, we have to kill here, I think. Let's get the cleave going so that we don't interrupt. Yeah, we interrupted the banner. That's good. Maybe get the kill here. Nice, we got the kill as well. Looks good, looks good. So annoying. The CC spam, the day spam of this build. Deluxe. Very fun to play. Not fun to play against. Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird to me that the Bureau Marches chest got bugged in the first place. You know, it's so weird to me because, you know, the Bureau Marches chest, nothing changed about Bureau Marches. It just randomly they came a raid and fashion template update, and then randomly they said, oh, there is something like wrong with those, and it's just not working anymore. Hopefully they fix it soon because I use them actually daily. So I hope they fix it. It's just the spaghetti code, I guess. And if you play the strike missions, the daily ones in Iceblood Saga, you might still be, or you still get the rewards from them, because if you log out or go out of the instance, you are able to get the rewards nonetheless. So they will be sent to you by mail. That's quite nice. There we go. How to farm spirit shards. That's one of the most common questions for new players. So Tome of Knowledge give you spirit shards if you consume them. So playing PvP and World vs. World is a good way of getting some spirit shards. If you are not into those game modes, you can farm in PvE a lot of open world maps with boosters. So that is one of the best ways to get spirit shards, just farming with a lot of boosters. Meaning that, for example, you go for like Dragonfall, where you kill a lot of mobs. Even like how is it called? The other one, the Heart of Thorns last map. Dragon Stand, that's how it's called. Those maps are giving a lot of mob kills, and they all give experience. And then you can get loot from that. Of course, during Halloween, the Halloween event is awesome. The Labyrinth. There are a lot of ways to get like a lot of experience. You just have to use the boosters and kill as many mobs as possible. You don't really, fractals are also decent. You don't really want to kill a lot of hard mobs like bosses. So you want mostly to kill open world small mobs. Yeah. Early access fashion templates just broke the whole game. Yeah, I mean it's weird how many bugs happen to old things that were supposedly not affected by the changes. It's crazy. So I guess we CC this guy here to until it's done. It's a renegade, Connie Renegade. That's like a cook, to be honest. That's a big cook for PvP here. This is C spam. It's so annoying. This guy does not get any healing through. Interrupt. Ah, this time I didn't have one. Sad. It's fine. I'm using an MMO mouse, yes. Yes. It's a Logitech G600, I think. That's how it's called. It's helping me to click all the buttons, but it's not necessary. I'm actually planning on making a video about it, how to play Guild Wars 2 without an MMO mouse, because I think it's not necessary. It helps, but it's not necessary. You just have to be like careful with where you bind your keys to, because there are quite a lot of keys that you can bind to the game, like looking back, turning your character around, stuff like that. And that can be a bit annoying to handle without having an MMO mouse, but I think it's possible. It's completely possible. There we go. We got the rest and the kill. Very good. We'll take those. Did you see the daily raids? Gimos, Kriya, Keller? Yeah, it's quite painful. Like, to be honest, Keller and Kriya, that is painful. I skipped them. I will not do them here on stream. Packing them is painful. Yeah. So I just did a Wing 4 clear. That's good enough for me. I don't need to get every single daily, to be honest, all the time. Why did this guy port? Why not on point? It's fine. I will get the rest and then the point, I guess. If we do quick play raids, can we also do normal raids and get rewards? So yes and no. If you do the quick play raids, you will get the quick play rewards. You will not get the quick play rewards from normal raids, and you will not get the normal raid rewards from quick play raids. So they are, so to say, disjunct. They don't have any, like, they are not the same reward scheme. But you can, so to say, for example, if you do the daily Iceblood Saga, I don't know, Bone Skinner, and that gives you, for example, the legendary insight for the week, and you do then the next day again the Bone Skinner, then you will not get the daily legendary insight from the normal mode, but you will get the chest, the Biora Marches chest. Yeah, you can of course also, yeah, there are so many ways to get spirit shards, but if you need a lot of them, it's oftentimes not easy to farm them very fast, but it's just, you play the game. That's mostly, point is by feeding mounts, you can just kill a lot of mobs. It doesn't matter, you just have to play the game. That's really like spirit shards and karma are currencies for, in the end, somewhat, meaning you spend time in the game. That's pretty much what it means, actively playing the game. It's a bit like not easy for a new player to get to high levels of spirit shards and karma, but it's just playing and you will get there. I have way too much because I played way too much of the game, but you will get to this point if you just enjoy the game and will improve at it. Yeah. can you recommend a necro build with staff dagger for quick play rates? Probably if you then you would have to go for heal scourge. That's probably the best pick there, and it's not the best in general because I would not necessarily recommend going for a healer. Going for healers is in quick play often overkill. You know, there is only one boss where you need a healer, I would say, and even there it's not really necessary. You can play with 10 DPS if you wanted to. So probably staff scourge is the best with the dagger. Yeah. Does the all game mode still good? Virtuoso still work? Yes, it's still good. All game modes, Virtuoso is still a very valid build. Nothing changed there. Extremely strong, extremely versatile. Yeah, definitely worth playing if you're a Virtuoso fan. Yeah. Okay, so what do we do? What do we have now? Maybe we can use some more raids. Now they have the full clear of CM when I'm already done. That's sad, but okay. Okay, that's how it goes. Challenge mods don't give that much more, to be honest. They don't give like insane amount of stuff more. That's okay. Is your cursor like this because of a mod? Yes. So this is called the Blish HUD. The Blish HUD is a third-party add-on. You can type !mouse to see it in the Twitch chat how to set it up. But in general, it's just an add-on, and in there the mouse cursor add-on. That's what I'm using because it's extremely efficient and gives me all the things that I want anyway, and I have this blue cursor. It's really annoying in the game. There is a setting that gives you the mouse cursor contrast, and it shows you, for example, on high, this white ring around it, but it's not centralized. It's not where I click. It's somewhat like around the mouse cursor, but not where I click. You see the blue circle is like the middle, and the white circle is not the middle. That's why I don't use the in-game cursor contrast, and I use the Blish HUD add-on thing. Yeah. I went as a Bard healer tank and saved a few quick play runs. I mean, it works if you carry your group as a healer perfectly fine. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not always necessary. Like you have this buff and it keeps you alive oftentimes, I would say. But yeah, you're right. Of course, if you can make it work, then it's probably like fine to play as a healer for sure. Thank you for your content. Old gamer here. Returning to Guild was 2 of the many years away. Nice. Welcome back to the game, Greybush. Welcome back. And hopefully you enjoy it. And hopefully I have more content for you in the future that you enjoy. Yeah. Yeah, just a reminder, we have a giveaway for 400 gems sponsored by Renard going on. If you want to enter, ! Enter in the Twitch chat. You have to be a follower to win on Twitch. And subscribers get 5 times the luck. We will do multiple giveaways today, so don't worry about it. And yeah, we will do YouTube giveaways in the future as well. So it's coming up in the future. So maybe we can finally get some Icefruit Saga strike missions or something going. If not, we will play some more PvP. That's just what we do here. Yeah, hope you all had a nice day. I mean, how are you enjoying the new patch? You know, it's quite controversial, I would say. Some people say, oh, it's such a good patch. It's like really providing a lot of utility and it's nice. And I agree with that. But some people say it's the worst patch ever. I saw like a Reddit post saying it's even worse than Bavanissos. And that is an offense, I would say, to this patch. What do you think? Do you agree? Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting what they did with this patch. And you can argue if the fashion templates, if the quick play, if the bugs, if that's all necessary, if that all happened, or it's just in general a W with some bugs on top. Yeah. Pure chest farmers are in shambles. Oh yes, they would say it's a big loss for sure. But I would say they fixed that hopefully today. I would be really surprised if they didn't fix it like today or latest tomorrow. I would be very surprised. The patch broke a lot of other things. Yeah, that is, to me, crazy. You know, this is a patch that had some feature changes, yes, but nothing like affecting, for example, the Biora March's chests. But I guess that's spaghetti code. Yeah. For me, it's so long since I played, and I'm a returning player unsure, but the items they broke with the release is really, really bad and easy findings for good quality of life, quality assessment work. Yeah. For me, it's like I don't want to judge because I don't know what the pipeline is in the back. Maybe they have tested everything on their servers and everything worked there, because I know that developers say the live servers and their testing servers are just, they have problems creating some errors on the staging server, or how it's called, the development server, because it just doesn't appear there. And that's of course sad, but I think I agree. Like some of the bugs with the quick play, with the new raid, they should have been addressed. Like, for example, that you join dead in a quick play if you are, so to say, the late joiner, because the party already began the fight. That is very annoying. I think that is something that easily could have been fixed. But there are a lot of different things that I would say could have been like improved, for sure. You can for sure improve your boon giving and healing in quick play. Probably should try myself. Yeah, I agree. I think quick play is nice to just try get better at the game, for sure. Yeah. The patch is fine. Only negative people are the loudest. That's I agree with you, Northgrim. I'm happy with the patch, but I'm obviously not someone that shouts like, oh, in the Reddit and the forums that it's bad. You know, there are other people that do that. Yeah. I just wish it kept the old option for fashion. Yeah, I mean, there are some people that in chat here and to some extent me that don't use the fashion templates and would be happy to just use the old stuff. But I guess they wanted to improve the game, and for some people it did improve it. Or for most people, I would say. It depends. I think fashion templates are not horrible. It's just like you have to get accustomed to it. Yeah, I think we can, yes, Pizza Hut. I think we can definitely make 2 World versus World accessories in the next patch. Yes, it's pretty much like guaranteed, I would say. Yeah, I think the quality of life for the raid select is awesome. I agree. Couldn't find how to change legendary weapon skin yesterday, how to do it. Wouldn't you just go in the fashion templates and then go there and then you'll change it here? Like exactly like you would do everything else. Why should that not work? It works exactly like that. Yes, so with the Astral Acclaim, yes, the Wizards Vault update is awesome. And they did increase the, so to say, you cannot get infinite gold anymore. You only get 100 gold with the bag of coins. It's cheaper, but it's just 100 of them. And if you want to get infinite gold, so to say, you have to go via the, so to say, detour of going for materials, crafting materials. You get some crafting materials here and you can sell them on the trading post. It's roughly 1 gold in the bag. But it's only value, so you have to sell it and you get only 85 silver. And that means it's also way more expensive with the Astral Acclaim. So in general, it's like a bit less convenient, but they want to counteract the inflation. And I guess they succeeded there. Yeah, it's really like the patch is received way more negative than it actually is because of a lot of loud people complaining. That doesn't mean it's like the big amount of people is actually negative about the patch. It's just the loud people that talk about it. Yeah, that is definitely a problem. So what do we have here? Like, sad. This guy did dodge my attack. That's a little bit sad. I guess I will just go for the decap then. I forgot how absolutely beautiful this game is. Such a pleasure to rediscover this amazing gaming community. Nice, glad to hear that. We need more new players. We need more returning players. So happy to have you back. Welcome back, welcome back. Selling Raid Wing 1 to 7 means that you just join this group. You have to pay them some mystic coins and they will carry you through the Raid Wing. That's how this one works. I would recommend for a new player that wants to get into raiding to not buy raids. I would try to actually understand the mechanics yourself and try to just get better at the game. And that should in the long run be way more like reasonable. Should we get the kill here in the 1v2? Let's see. We actually got the kill. That's good. Oh my god, I hate this spoon steal. It's just annoying. They got the rally though, that's a bit sad. Okay, let's get the CC chain, let's get the damage done. Ugh. Scary, very scary, I have to be honest. Very scary, very scary. Okay, they are still there. How many people are here and we're still losing the map? There are 3 people here. Always go kiting when there are a lot of people on you. Just that you are like... Oh my god, it's... Okay, we should maybe get the kill here if we are playing it correctly. Or at least get the decap. It's good enough, I guess. It's so annoying, this build. I have so much CC spam. I really like to play this build. It's so fun. Okay, I think we get the kill here now. We just have to play a bit aggressive and we should be fine. Now we also have an ally helping. I guess that's good enough. Oh my god. Almost have the cap. That's also a win in my book. If I get the cap, there we go. Get the cap. There we go. We got them. Finally. Okay, now we can let them bleed here. And do we lose the bell? Yeah, we lost the bell. Ah, not good. Not good. You make Ellie look fun, but I don't know if I tried. I'll die in 2 hits. Yeah, I mean, it's always like you have to slowly improve at things. You cannot expect to have everything perfect in the beginning. Nice, we got the decap here. I mean, maybe it's a comeback here. It's a comeback situation. I see it. Like 100 points behind. Not lost yet the match. I have to push far though again. I think I should not stay here in the team fight. Nice, we got the kill though. And the Antiquary is here. Dodge this. And look back. Yep, not following. So we get a 1-on-1 against the Condi Weaver. Is it a Condi Weaver? I don't even know. We take the decap here, I guess. Get the CC. So good. They cannot get on point. Not today. Not with me, my friend. Okay. Oof. Oof. I'm really sorry for killing you that fast. That's a bit annoying. I'm really sorry. But that's how it is, I guess. A couple of months ago, I sent you a chrono build with Relic of Defender. You said you would be willing to try. If you managed to try, what was your opinion of it? I tried it. I did not make a build guide about it at the time, but it's a good build. It's good. I like it. I mean, it's working. I really like the Defender Relic, but the problem is Defender Relic is a relic for me that is like always having to use, so to say. Oh my god, my team is losing mid all the time. So Defender Relic needs the enemy to be attacking you. And that's why I don't like it to use all the time, because it's, so to say, in PvP, world versus world, it works well. But in PvE, I would not use it all the time. What is this? Is this here 1-on-1, or is this just like trying to distract me? Okay, we have the thief here. You should go for the thing here, get the kill. And there we go. Ooh, the thief is actually trying to hand rest. Very interesting. Ambitious, I have to be honest, ambitious. You have to wait a bit, the thief engages, hopefully. I'm not sure if the thief... No, the thief is actually running away. Don't want bit to me. Okay, that's fine. We should go and contest the bell though, that's the problem. Let's go for the bell. I'm currently running a carry-on, like Condi Evoker. It's a meta build, actually. It's nothing like changed about the build. It was run in the monthly AT exactly like that. Oh, it's actually a really nasty build. So let's get this and... Okay, maybe we get actually the node. Maybe we can make it work. Let's see. Maybe we can get the bell here. Looks like we actually do. Nice. Okay, we don't get this. Maybe we go for the cap here. Contest. We got the kill here. Very good. Oh, my team is over-rotating so much. It's not good. Would rather have be here in a 1-on-1 or something like that. We have to get the thief here. That would be awesome. There are so many thieves in this match. Okay, get the kills. I will catch up in chat after this, okay? We have to concentrate here. I want to make sure that we actually win this. Oh my god, we lost the close point as well. Why is our warrior not decapping? Ah, it's so hard. It's so hard to carry this one, to be honest. It really is. Got the decap here at least. There's that. We have to go, I guess, and maybe go for the decap at close, but I really don't want to leave my team here in the fight. Oh, so bad. What do we do? What do we do here? Nice, got the interrupt. They did interrupt the heal them on their own. That's also, we take that one. So I guess we win the fight here. We should win the fight. Come on, they have to win the fight. Okay, and now I get the 1-on-1 here again. Bit of a waste, to be honest. I know this 1v1 doesn't take that long. Okay, there we go. And we should get decap here. We lost. We are over 100 points now. I think this is unwinnable. I didn't die once yet, but it doesn't help, you know. It doesn't help. Okay, we have the... What is this? Condi Core Necromancer? Trying to, like, outplay me with the worm. Okay, interesting. Okay, the thief is here. Everyone is here. I mean, you have to go kiting now. Okay, just go a bit away and re-engaging. I will win the 1-on-1 after that, I guess. And I really don't want to let the cap go through. Okay, that's, I think, okay. I get the interrupt on the healing. Nice. Very good. I think we kill here now. Hopefully. Interrupt. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the interrupt spam on this build is so disgusting. We still have to get the decap at middle. Oh, it's painful. It's really painful. But okay. I mean, it was a good showcase of the build, you know. Yeah. How's Paragon in ranked after the nerfs? Still extremely good. Glad that you like my YouTube videos, by the way. Yes, it's still extremely good. Support and DPS or Bruiser Paragon extremely strong and ranked to this day, and even in 80s. Yeah. Yeah, the quick play rate sometimes has some bugs and puts you in rates that you actually don't have access to. It's really weird. They should fix that for sure. But yeah, what can you do? That's just like, there are some bugs. They haven't thought about it perfectly well. That's true. And I think they have to improve on that. No, the CC chaining of the Core Necromancer is annoying. Oh my god, and now the Thief is here as well. And now I'm dead. Die on point, but it's 3 people here. The CC chaining through my stability is annoying. I really hate that the Thief can steal your stability. You know, I use my stability skill, its stability is gone because the like stability is ripped with prioritization on steal. It's really annoying. But it's fine, we won anyway. Top healing and top damage. It's a good build. Good build. Highly recommend. Yeah, I'm really sorry for the Weaver, you know, it's just, I needed to win this node. I don't want to bully them. That's just not who I am. I don't care about, like, winning like all the time against others. But, yeah. So what do we do? I guess, what are we playing? I don't know. What do we play? DPS? Maybe we play some DPS. Let's see what we're gonna do. In ranked, playing bunker side note as a 50-50. Yeah, sometimes you just cannot win the matches because your team is consistently losing the team fights, and you cannot carry team fights and the side note. So, what do we do? What are we doing? DPS, I guess? Let's play Power Virtuoso. I haven't played that in a long while on stream. So let's do that. Let's do that. Is Holosmith good? I'm bored playing with Mechanist and Scrapper. Yes, Holosmith is really good in, like, for example, PvE as a DPS. It's really good as a DPS in World vs. World in Zergs. It's really good as a DPS in roaming. It's really good in ranked if you know what you're doing. It's not meta, but it's close to it. It's still okay. So I would say Holosmith overall is really good. Yeah. You just have to patiently improve at it. It's not something that is as easy as Mechanist to just perform well. Holosmith needs some time and effort put in. Yeah. I tried to quick play again. and again, a map I can't access and my entire squad voted to kick me. Yeah, that's really annoying. It's not your fault, it's just the bug. Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of characters, I do. Yeah, exactly. So after this run, we will draw the next winner. So exclamation mark enter the Twitch chat. You have to be a follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. 400 gems are on the line. Sponsored by ArenaNet. So just a quick reminder here. Yeah, welcome, Alke. Welcome, welcome. With the new update, what is your weekly raid encounter routine, or what do you suggest? So what I do, you can see it here on stream actually, is I do my Ice Fruit Saga 5 and Dragonstorm to this day, even after the, so to say, nerfs to the rewards, because you will see that I still get everything except the blue prophet crystals, because they are not there anymore. So I still get everything that I got before from the dailies and that kind of stuff. So it's still worthwhile doing for me specifically. That's what I do. And then I do exactly the 4 raid encounters. That's it. Of course, I only pack raids. I don't have a static at the moment. So I do the dailies that are easy to pack. So for example, right now it's Keller, or Kayla, however it's pronounced, the crab boss. This one I don't pack, but everything else that is packable easily and not without a fail, then I do that every day. And then at the end of the week, when there are still some bosses, strike missions, or however raid encounters, how they are called, those I will just, so to say, clear out. Yeah, so everything that is still missing, I will do it at the end of the week on Sunday, I guess. Yeah. So that's what my routine is, and that will give me a lot of legendary insights for quite a little amount of effort. The only thing that is a bit more, so to say, effort is like 10 weekly quick plays, because it's a bit dependent on what kind of encounters you get. If you get 10 times Old Lion's Court or 10 times Canning Overlook, it takes a bit longer than if you get like 10 times Bone Skinner, but that's just the gamble. Yeah. Keller is fun, yeah, or Keller, however it's pronounced, yeah. It's fun. It's just like for pugging, I think it's not the easiest boss yet, until the people understand what's going on. Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's not the perfect routine, it's just the one that I think is working for me specifically. Looks good. Let's play some Power Virtuoso. Let's get some food up, and let's have some fun Power Virtuoso. Let's see how it goes. You know, it's a good build still to this day, and it might not be the best for strike missions, though, I have to be honest. It's a bit like not on the absolute bursty side, but you can see I'm still top DPS on the burst. I mean, it's an Inferno Evoker. I will not beat that on some bosses. Just has more DPS than I do on the benchmark. But I have more like burst potential than Inferno Evoker, so it should be fine. Should be fine. Yeah, but you can see here the classic meta. Yeah? Like a lot of ritualists, we have a lot of mechanists. That's how the classic meta in like PvE right now is like mechanist, ritualist, stuff like that. Maybe some luminaries as well. No one plays like Virtuoso anymore. It's crazy. It's still a good one. I still like it. It's still good. So I think I actually like. I like the burst, I like the utility. You have some blocks, you will see that on Bone Skinner. I can do Bone Skinner on Virtuoso without dodging once. You see, I get the daily rewards. I get even some Magnetite shards as well. And the good part is, I can just wait until the commander pops into new instance, and I can just say, yep, join other, and there we go. I don't have to leave anymore. I just get the one loading screen. I think that's really good quality of life. Yeah, it's weird with the random champion encounter, I agree. It's just weird, but that's how it is. That's how it is. Welcome you, welcome. Yeah, I played Soul Beast. Yeah, I really wanted to play some Soul Beast. Yesterday I played it a bit in quick play, which is fun, but the problem is in Soul Beast is a build that is heavily reliant on having stability to not get interrupted with your X5, for example. And I personally like to have more agency on myself. So I have an evade, I have distortion here, and that helps a lot to just make sure that I survive and can get the attacks done even with no stability on my party. That's why I think Soul Beast is awesome, but Virtuoso has better range damage and not as good burst, but in a lot of cases the long-term damage is similar. That's why I personally like to go for Virtuoso in pack groups, and in fractals or something like that where burst is way more important. There I go for that one as well, for Soul Beast. I really like Soul Beast. It's a really cool build. Even after the Soul Beast, or how is it called, Beast Mastery changes, it's still to this day extremely fun and extremely like good. You even can share stability with your party, which is a really rare thing. Normally you cannot do that as a DPS, so that's really good. Yeah, so you have rather good damage here. I have a clip of a party here. We had a raid party doing the codons here, and we had at the end of the codon fight, we had 450 group DPS. It was pretty insane, to be honest. We like bursted everything. We had like 6 soul beasts, and I was one of them, and we had like insane amount of damage, like insane amount of damage. Yeah, 450k at the end of the fight. It was like, I never saw that in like a codon run, just a pack group. It was not a tryhard or like a record run. 450, it's almost the double the amount that we have here. It was like, we killed this so fast. It was insane. It was really fun to play. Yeah. Yeah, everyone, that's just, the new PvE meta is like you have a support taking care of the mechanics, and everything else you face tank. You know, you face tank attacks that just need stability, because you know, the healer will just heal you. If you have stability, you can just negate like almost all of the mechanics, and then your healer will heal you back up. That's just how it works. That's why Soul Beast is extremely good if you have a competent healer, because you don't get interrupted then. Yeah. There are no mechanics. Yeah, oftentimes there are no mechanics as well. That is true. Those like easy raid bosses, raid encounters here have no mechanics almost. Yeah, so when we are done with those Eisblutswager 5 and Dragonstorm missions, we will draw the winner. So exclamation mark enter in the chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. 400 gems on the line. Sponsored by Renet. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. So this should be a really good fight for this build here, because we can get the power burst with the Spirit Nova action skill. So there we go, we get the skill now, and we should be like really good with the damage. We didn't get the CC, that's a bit sad. I really don't know why we sometimes just don't get the CC. People are just not pressing the button, I guess. So I said I will not dodge in this fight. So let's like really showcase this, not dodging. You don't need to dodge in this fight on Power Virtuoso. It's quite fun, to be honest. Nice, we get the key. We get the key. I did not dodge, it was the 3 skill. Yeah, just wanted to like make that clear here. I did not dodge. Get the block. This is, Power Virtuoso is so broken. Like, people don't understand how good this is. Like, you have your dodge key, like you say, nah, who needs dodges? You know, who needs that? Oh my god. Okay, now I have to use my distortion, because I said no, I will not dodge. So I will live to my statement here. It's so good. It's really is like insanely valuable. I did not dodge, I just used the block here. And we should be fine. Get the kill here. And I use the evade. You can see, no dodges needed. Easy fight. Power Virtuoso busted. Yeah, it works as a dodge. I know. I'm just saying you don't need to use your key to dodge. That's not necessary. That's how good Power Virtuoso is in a lot of cases. That's why I like to play it in pack groups, because if you need to dodge, you have 2 dodges, plus you have a block, you have distortion, you have an evade. That's so good. And still having range damage, I think it's the pack DPS build, in my opinion. It really is. If you cannot trust your supports, if you cannot trust to get the CC, to get stability, whatever, you have everything in your base gun kit. That's why it's so good. I even take stability here just for the safety measure. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Glad you enjoy the content. Yeah, strike missions give like legendary insights now once per week. Yes, they do. That's the new rework. I think Old Lines caught in quick play is annoying if the party just randomly CCs the bosses and one-shots you, because that's what happens sometimes. But if you right in the beginning, you have to CC in this order, you have to not CC the first one and stuff like that, then people often read the chat and understand it, and it's fine. You just don't have to expect that everybody knows every mechanic without writing anything. That's the problem about Old Lines caught, I would say. Nice. I like it. Fast, ready check. That's what we like. So let's see. This is a fight where Condi shines a bit more because the boss goes sometimes away. It's a bit annoying, but I think we should still be somewhat fine. What build would you recommend right now for Elementalist, except Evoker, World versus World roaming? I think Catalyst is probably the second best to Evoker. Evoker is the best for roaming in my opinion right now for Elementalist, but Catalyst is still good. You can play a Signet Catalyst, you can even play a Signet Tempest. I know some people here in chat really like that. I personally think Catalyst is still the best because it has more flexibility and a lot of the stat usage that you typically want on a roaming build. You have some healing, you have some damage, you have some boons, you have everything in the kit that you want. That's why I really like Catalyst specifically. But I think Evoker, like Fresh Air Evoker, is probably the best if you had to choose one. Sorry if you don't have Evoker then. Thanks, Para. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the Prime. Hope you're enjoying the stream. You have now a higher chance of winning the giveaway if you entered. So let's get this done. Yeah, I did not get the Legendary Insights from Shiver Peaks Pass because I already did it this week. So you only get it once per week. That's the thing. Yeah, this guy is standing a bit like annoying. So here we go. Burst is good, but I think I'm really having a hard time to keep up with the DPS Evoker here. Condi is just king on this boss. It's just king. Because it ticks at the end as well. So here I cannot attack, that's a bit annoying. Yeah, I like the new strike. I think the new strike mission is a rather well-designed boss. It is not like the best boss in existence, but it's a well-designed boss. So do we get the wave here? Yeah, we get even stability from our supports, so I didn't even have to bring stability. That's crazy. There we go. It doesn't even have the gold rewards anymore. So sad. You know, we cannot see how good we are. I don't have the timer here. That's fine. That's fine. It's a close call here. Who gets the top DPS? I have to be honest. It's a close call. I did barely get it, but very close. Very close. Good job by the team. Isn't quick play raids like by far the best new fastest way to get ascended gear? 800 magnetite shards per week. You need 1,300 shards for full sets. Seems pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you can get to 800 shards with just quick play, but I'm with you there. I think it's extremely easy to get ascended gear, get the legendary, even if you want the legendary armor. It's very fast, yeah. So quick play raids and maybe squeeze in some normal mode raids is insanely easy to get the ascended gear. And I think that's good, because you want to have incentives for new players to actually get into instance content. If you just say, yeah, there exists something that is instances, but it's okay, it's not crazy good, then most players say, okay, why should I bother with it? But if the reward is good enough, people actually engage with it, yeah. Yeah. That's why I think it's awesome if there is like good ascended gear, because Guild Wars 2 is never about... Wrong? Yeah, we have the wrong one. We did that already. It's so nice to quick swap here. It's so good. I really like it. But we have to do this again here. We have the wrong one again. Okay, interesting. Disappointed with the buff that they added to quick play. Thought they could do some a bit more unique. Yeah, I think the buff is not that exciting. Where did we go? Eye of the North. Okay, okay. Let's see what pop-up we get. There we go. That's the one that we wanted. It's really nice that you can join from anywhere now. It's really good. I really like this. This is such a like quality of life for me that just goes from one instance to another. It's really nice. It doesn't seem like much, but I really like the system. Yeah, I think the buff could have been a bit better. Yeah, I think the quick play buff is like it's there. It helps you, sure, but it's not very interesting. You know, the Mist Stranger in Fractals is more interesting than the quick play buff in raids, to be honest. Yeah, I guess that's what we have. We take what we get, I guess. 10 years later, I guess better than yeah, I guess exactly. You know, just we take what we get. You know, don't complain too much. Embrace what the game has and just say I'm happy with it. Do we get stability? Yes, we have stability. Very good. That's how we like it. Stability in a party. Awesome. I was checking out your low intensity anti-gravi build and I have a question. For the more intense version, would you recommend spear or staff power version? I would say staff is the more mediocre version. If you want to go really try hard, which is so to say the try hard version, would be spear. There is a Snowcross build with spear that reaches really high numbers for powered anti-gravi, but it is very challenging and in a lot of cases you will not reach this number. So I would say starting out with the pistol setup, then going for staff, which is slightly more difficult but has also slightly more damage, and then if you really like anti-gravi, then you stick with like spear, and spear is top end damage, but it's obviously one of the hardest weapons in the entire game, to be honest, to master, because it is really cool with the combo system and stuff like that, but it's just in a lot of cases somewhat challenging to actually reach the numbers in real fights. So do we get the special action key? We do. Very nice. I like it. Very good group. Good job, everybody. And another special action key. Oof. It's quite a nice DPS number that I have here at the end. I have to be honest. This is power virtuoso at its best if you have like Spirit Nova all the time. There we go. Never done a group content like that. Is the DPS meta add-on? Yes. It's an add-on, legal add-on. It's called Arc DPS. And it allows you to see the DPS of your allies in your party and the squad. I just use it to compare myself if I do respectable damage. I don't care if the others do that much damage. You should just use it for your own, so to say, to see if it's good or not. That's how I use it, yeah. I have a guide about it on my YouTube channel if you want to know how to set it up, how to make it look like that. It's like a rather long video of 30 minutes or something, but I explain every single detail about how to set Arc DPS up, so that should help you. So now we have to, that's a bit annoying. For Dragonstorm, we actually have to go to Iceblood Saga to get in. Yeah, they should have added that as well, to be honest. But okay. What are your thoughts on new relics, and do you think any of these will be used in PvE situations? So I have a full video about this on my YouTube channel as well, where I very concisely go over each relic and think about it. It's linked in the YouTube stream description. But to summarize it here, I would say the relics are interesting from a design perspective. They are really niche, and I think mostly only for competitive modes. I think none of them is really like a meta relic for PvE ever. I think none of them seem like good enough to be actually useful there. Not saying they are bad, I'm just saying they are niche, and the niches are more like on competitive modes, which is fine. I think not every relic has to be broken in PvE. Like we got the relic of the Pirate Queen with the Visions of Eternity release patch, and that is absolutely bonkers in PvE as a solo build relic. So you cannot every patch have absolutely broken relics, you know. So I think they are decent, not like crazy. They have niches in PvP, world versus world, but I think even there they are not meta, I would imagine. What I don't like with the update is the new daily raid. It should have been 1 daily raid per expansion, like Strike Mission. That is a bit, I agree, that can be a bit annoying, that if you only own a couple of expansions, that you might not get any raids that are in your expansion right now that you have access to, and then the next day you have all of them. I think it would be a bit better if it's like equally spread. But at the same time, the problem is we have some expansions that don't have any raids, or only 1 or 2 encounters, and then some expansions that have like, I don't know, 20 almost. So it's like, okay, how do we balance that? That's probably the thought there. So I guess they also want to incentivize you to get all the expansions. And I think from a marketing perspective, that makes sense as well. So I guess you have to skip some of them. Some days it's more, some days it's less. That's just, I guess, how it goes. But I can understand that criticism for sure. I can see that. But I'm not a developer, so it's not my, I cannot fix it, sadly. Yeah, always happy to help, always happy to help. Dagger Heal Spectre? Yeah, exactly. It's a bit niche to be honest. Yeah, I would say even in competitive modes, the relics are quite niche. You know, Relic of Shackles is extremely good against people that stealth all the time or want to leave your 600 radius and stuff like that, because it then gives them a stun. But in a lot of cases, that is not like you would not pick that on most builds because you don't know what opponents you fight. Then I would say Relic of the Fork, which gives you a fumble, so 50% up to 80% damage reduction on the next attack, depending on what kind of build the enemy is playing, is extremely strong if you dodge a lot and if the opponent has not a lot of multi-hits. So for example, if you play against the Elementalist that has like insane amount of multi-hits or Rangers or stuff like that, then it's not really good. But if you play against a Warrior, which is like known for having one big hit like Greatsword attack or like a, I don't know, a dagger F1, yeah, this hits you pretty hard and it's just a single attack, then the fumble is extremely valuable. But if you are talking about builds that have multi-hits, it's not that good. And that's again a niche relic that you have to know your opponent or your setup very well to actually make that work. And then it continues with that. You have like, for example, the other relic that gives a wave, sends out a wave if you do a lot of leap finishers in a water field, which is very like conditional. And even if you met all of the conditions, I think it's not like better than a lot of other healing relics, because the wave is, so to say, like linear in one direction. It's not around you, but it's going away from you. There are a lot of things that with the new relics are, I would say, nice design, fun, but not really useful in 90% of the cases. And in the 10% or even less percent where they are useful, they are still not always the best option. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, you can maybe use this Shackles relic. Yeah, that's a good point, on some kind of PvE build with the Mechanist, with Rifle or something like that. But the question is it better than having just a passive relic that gives the damage all the time? I think it's fun. It's a fun concept. Maybe the damage number can go higher, but I have to be honest, I think it's often those niche relics in PvE are just like, they have to have crazy numbers to be worthwhile running. Because the passive relics that you just get like a 7% damage buff, a 5% damage buff or something, is oftentimes just easier to upkeep and better to use. That's the sad truth here. That's why I think like PvE does have the least amount of relic variety, sadly. And I think that will stay like that. So how do we split? I have to see. Waterfield isn't on the Elementalist. Now we have Waterfields on Guardian, we have Waterfields on... What else do we have Waterfields on? Definitely on Guardian, we have definitely it on Ranger, we have it on Thief. They are quite niche on Thief, but they are there. You have it on... Yeah, and you have it on Elementalist. So there are a couple of classes that have access to it, but it's quite niche. And that's already something that is obviously not like very flexible by nature if you only have access to the one condition on a specific amount of classes. Of course, if you play with party members, you can also share it. You can have a Waterfield from your Elementalist and you're playing a Mesmer and you can still use the leap finisher there. So that can work, but it's a bit less like likely. And then, of course, you also have to understand that, for example, relics like Relic of the Alliance is what it's called, the one that gives you cooldown for every relic that you, for every, what's it called? Signet, that's what it's called, for every signet that you use. That is also very conditional, and you only have a couple of classes that actually make use out of that. So I don't know. I feel like it's somewhat, some of the relics are just not that good from the patch this time. They should nerf passive relics. I agree. I agree. It's for me one of the things that is the most boring with relics is that the passive relics often are the best, and I think they should nerf them to get more interesting relics. That's my opinion. But I'm not sure if they did not really nerf that many relics in the past, so I'm not sure if they will ever do that. For World versus World roaming and Zerg builds, I personally would say that Snowcrows has nowadays a really good like website for almost every type of build. If you're looking for a written guide, it's extremely good. If you're looking for, of course, build guides on as a YouTube video, you can always look at my YouTube channel. But I think, to be honest, Snowcrows is probably my go-to option if you're looking for builds nowadays. They have really good ones, yeah. What's the other healing relic which do wave that heal is good? So the other, is there another relic that gives a wave? I'm not sure. Is there a wave? I'm pretty sure there is not a wave, but they are like Relic of Castora gives you passive healing boost. Relic of the Monk gives you more value as a healer. You can get Relic of the Flock gives you more value as a healer. So there are all very passive, and the wave is really fun, but it's just not as good. That's the problem. Yeah, Castora, for example, is really like decent nowadays. So it's like, the problem is passive relics often are not as exciting as the others that have more active use cases and stuff, but oftentimes the passive relics are just better, strictly speaking, from the raw numbers. And that's a bit sad. So maybe nerf the passive relics, maybe give the active relics a buff, whatever fits. But I don't know. It really seems like ArenaNet releases relics and doesn't really change them after that. They did with the Bloodstone relic, and I think that's probably the only relic that they ever changed, like the damage number. Not that many, at least. Yeah, you can count on one hand how many they changed. One is the bubbles and one is the wave. Yeah, the bubbles one is like not healing. The bubbles one just gives a CC. That's why I didn't mention it. It gives a bubble when you use your lead skill, which is quite fun. It's a really strong CC in PvE, but it's not healing as far as I remember. So it's a good relic if you really need a lot of CC, but I think that's quite niche in a lot of cases. Yeah, Caracosa is extremely strong, exactly. Like, look at those, like, just passive here. Caracosa is a bit more active because you have to use blast finishers. I like that. But in general, I personally think, like, passive relics should be a bit weaker than active ones because active ones need more brain power to use. But, yeah, hard to balance it around it, to be honest. I think they need to nerf Caracosa a little to give more way for other relics. I mean, that would be good. I'm all up for making some relic changes to be more exciting to use, for sure. I'm not sure if they will do, though. Like I said, I think they always struggle a bit with, like, keeping up with balancing gear, like runes, armor, traits, and most importantly, relics. I think they mostly balance around weapons and utility skills, damage and cooldowns. It's a bit sad, but that's what they most of the time do. It traits more than others, but I think the really gear stats and relics they never touch, sadly. They don't introduce new runes and new sigils anymore. Yeah, it's really sad. They don't really change the relic numbers that much. It's also a bit sad. I don't know. Yeah, it's always best in slot. There are so many relics that are useful on almost every build, and then you have some relics that are just like very niche and maybe useful, but 90% of the relics are just not good in a lot of cases. That's it, we did it. I'm still waiting for this day to get an infusion from this. I think I never got anything in like, I almost did it like 5 years daily and I never got an infusion. The Leg of the Mistranger is my clutch for open world. Yeah, it's really good, especially on Amalgam. I think it's a bit better if you play it with like on other like specs. Like, it's better to go Sakiros, but Mistrange on Amalgam is awesome. Welcome, Salandra Raiders. Welcome. Hope you had a nice stream. Really good. Shout out to Salandras. Welcome. Yeah, and we also have a giveaway going on for 400 gems. If you want to join, ! Enter. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. Sponsored by ArenaNet, 400 gems on the line. And we will draw the winner in, I guess, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. And subscribers get 5 times the luck. So good luck to everybody. Yeah. Yeah, they don't touch them, exactly. They don't touch relics. Yeah, and Fractal Relic, for example. It's such a good example. Fractal Relic is extremely, like, dominant. Like, tell me one Condi build that doesn't use the Fractal Relic. It's like probably Condi Virtuoso, and that's about it. Everything else uses the Fractal Relic. And it's not even that good. It's just a passive damage like you get every 20 seconds. So I really hope they introduce or change some relics to make them more useful. Yeah, that's for me, yeah. Yeah, Snowcross is working on the builds. Meta Battle is also good for roaming builds, if you specifically look for meta roaming builds, yeah. I was hoping it would have a very unique interaction with Condis, with giving a heal each time with a Condi procs, however it still works well. Yeah, I think the thing is there are so many cool ideas for relics. Yeah? Looking at relics and looking at how many relics we have, it's like you have a lot of relics, yeah? And in competitive modes, I think like 50% of them are actually having some kind of build that uses it. But if you look at PvE, you have like 10% of the relics actually being good. The rest of the relics is like you don't really use it. And that's a bit sad. You just want to have the passive damage, the passive healing. That's it. And I think they should improve on that. You know, there are some really fun concepts. Now, for example, how is it called? The other one, the one, how is it called? I can't remember. There's a relic that gives you like, how is it called? It gives you burning when you blast a water field. Is it steam or something with steam? Steam Shrieker, exactly. This one. Burn nearby enemies when you successfully combo a water field with a blast or leap finisher. This is such a fun relic on paper. Of course, it's really hard to upkeep, but I saw a benchmark over 70k DPS with this relic because it was like really fun. It's now nerfed, but it's still really fun. Where you had an elementalist putting down water field all the time, and then the engineer, I think it was, bursting, or I think it was an engineer, always blasting and leaping through it and applying a lot of burning. That is fun. That is a fun concept. Sadly, it's not working. It's just better to use a passive relic because you cannot upkeep it. It's really, there are so many cool relics, but a lot of times you just never see the value of them because it's just better to go for the passive one. In competitive modes, less so, but in PvE, it's just straight up the case. It's really sad to say that, but it's straight up the case. Yeah, I really hope they fix this to some extent, but I have to be honest, they could have fixed that in the last 2 years, and they didn't. So I'm still waiting for the day for them to fix it. Let's do some rift hunting for now. For the quest line, I have the legendary relic, and every single relic in the game unlocked. I have 20 characters that I play actively, and I use 4 relics totally. Yeah, it's really sad, you know. It sounds like a fun joke that you have like, I don't know, 150 relics that you might like have to use, but in the end you don't use any of them. Only 4, because they are just so broken, those 4, or just perfect for almost every situation. That's the sad truth. Yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah. I think either they need to make all relics utility only in PvE, or make relics cast skills strikes themselves instead of giving percentages. Yeah, I think in an ideal world, I preached that since the beginning, to be honest. In an ideal world, I think there should not be DPS relics. Relics should always be utility. So they might make your build have more access to DPS by providing some more utility, like for example giving you resets on your signets, but it's a very specific utility that only a specific build can use. You should not have a flat 5% damage relic increase, because that is on paper for me always the best option if you don't make use out of the others. And I think that in an ideal world you would have relics that give utility on a specific build, and another relic gives other utility on a different build, and that would be awesome. Maybe you could argue making DPS relics that are giving you an attack is also fine. But in a lot of cases, I feel like as soon as you introduce DPS relics, they will be the best in slot option for DPS builds. Because oftentimes you don't want utility on DPS, you just want to have the most amount of damage. That's my take on the matter, at least. If they make any field, not just water field, it might work. Yeah, no, you can make some really cool adjustments to relic to make them work. Like the Steam Shaker relic was just one example. It's not like the only one. It's just what I wanted to put out here. It doesn't matter if it's the only. There are a lot of other ones that count. Yeah, it's really hard. I'm just saying this is not really feasible in a real fight because there are so many combo fields, and if you're not your own, you're not prioritizing them, so it's really annoying. Yeah, sure. I'm just saying it was one example. Yeah. 100 gifts of battle I don't need. What should I do with them? Save them for legendaries maybe. You cannot do anything else with them. Maybe in the future you will be able to sell them, but not right now. Yeah, reset on signets can be broken on some classes, sure. I'm not saying it should be like that, but I'm just saying something interesting would be even better. Like, just makes the relics that you use a bit more interesting. That's what I hope that we get with the future. Thief of Fireworks are kind of best in slot for most power specs. I think Claw Relic is also there if you have some CC, so it provides a 7% damage buff for the next 8 seconds. That's really good on like Soul Beast, Power Virtuoso, not Power Virtuoso, DPS Chronomancer, stuff like that. So I think that is like also there, but I think you can count on one hand how many power relics there are, and you actually have only one good Condi DPS relic, which is Fractal. On Condi Virtuoso is the only exception where you can use, I think it's like Aristocracy. But yeah, there need to be more relics, to be honest. Yeah. There we go. Let's go a bit more. Totally agree with your opinion. There is no reason at all to use another relic but the best ones for the build. But isn't that quite a joke because Eniet moved from the broken 6 bonus of the runes to give more room variation? Yeah, I think it's... The intent was good. But the problem is that the intent is not what actually came into the game, you know? Making something, splitting the rune bonus from the stat bonus made it so that in the end you have now the problem that you are not locked with your rune bonus anymore and you only use the best in slot DPS option. You don't care about the stats anymore. So it's like made the problem, in my opinion, even worse. So the intent was good. But what do they say? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And I think that's pretty much true here as well. ArenaNet wanted to make a good system with the relics and make more build crafting viable. But the problem is that a lot of the times it just made it a bit worse in terms of flexibility or like general like accessibility of the relics. You just use the best in slot one. Yes, you could drop the DPS relic for more utility, but you lose like 5 to 7% damage, which is on paper not that much. But if you think about it in a real fight, a passive 7% damage bonus is quite a bit of DPS that you will lose if every single DPS player goes for utility relic. So yeah, I think I'm with you there. I think the intent was good, but I think the execution or how it turned out in the end just didn't work out well. And I think they cannot go back on that. It's the same with the boons. Permanent alacrity and quickness, I think they can never go back on making them not permanent. The same goes for the relics. I think they cannot just remove the passive bonus relics. That's not gonna happen. What if relics gave an extra ability, like a special action key? That would be awesome, I would like that, but it would again make it so that it's a bit more complicated for new players. It's already quite complicated. If you look at the gear, at the runes, at the relic, it gives so much different aspects for new player to understand. And then if the relic gives you a special key, that a special keybind as on top of that, that makes it maybe even more confusing for a new player. So I see your point and I would like it, but I think you always have to consider all like possible players, and I think that might be a bit more confusing for most players. At least in my opinion. So, almost done. We are going for the new quest that we get from the Wizard's Vault. I really like this, that we get a new quest from the Wizard's Vault. It's really fun. You get a new skin, some really cool skin, or two actually, that change depending on the actions that you use in combat. It's extremely fun concept-wise, and you can just get some more content from the Wizard's Vault. I really like this idea. And hopefully they will make more like that. We have that like 3 in the game now at this point. So quite cool. Even the vast majority of all players can't do the build rotations. Yeah, if you have like players that right now cannot do the rotations perfectly, that's fine. But introducing more skills to use to make the rotations even more complicated. Looking, for example, at like Amalgam, you have or Scrapper, you have sometimes 4 kit engineer builds. That is quite intense. If you add another key to them, because the relic would give you another special action key with more damage on there, it would make the game unplayable for like a lot of players that want to get good damage, but if you need to use all of those buttons, it's not good. I think it's not a big deal right now because we have low intensity builds that are also fine. You can play low intensity Mechanist and reach really good numbers. So in a lot of cases, that's not a big problem. But I personally agree that it's making the game more convoluted, more complicated is not always the best choice of action, to be honest. Yeah, they fixed the weekly to do the custodial meta? I think so. I think they fixed everything with the Wizard's Vault. They made it better in every possible way. I think the Wizard's Vault rewards are way better now. They are really good. I think the Wizard's Vault, how you can select your dailies and weeklies, are now very comfortable to use. I think they did a really good job and people don't talk enough about it with the Wizard's Vault update. I think the Wizard's Vault update is probably one of the best things that came with this patch. And they just mentioned it in like, I don't know, 1 paragraph, like 2 lines of text in the blog post. It's really good. At least in my opinion. Still no fix for the Iceblood Saga chest? Yeah, the Iceblood Saga chest, at least in Dora Marches, they are still bugged, sadly. Yeah. But if you do the Iceblood Saga daily strike missions, you can still get it because it will get mailed to you, and I think there it's actually fixed. It's just in Iceblood Saga maps where it's not fixed, weirdly enough. Yeah. Even in raids, I get brain lag when special action key shows up. Yeah, I mean, exactly. A special action key is already confusing, and if you have that all the time on your build, that might be for a lot of players too much. I think it's okay because you don't have to use the relic, but I personally think it's unlikely that they will introduce it. A little bit unlikely, I would say. Yeah, the black line key in the Wizard's Vault is like crazy. They added it. It's not like insane value. If you calculated it down, it's not insane value, but it's there. And for people that are lucky, I'm not lucky, so I will not say that, but some people are lucky, it's possibly good value. If you get like a bank access contract, oh yes, that's expensive, or crafting station. Yeah. I grew up with Guild Wars 1, always had trouble with the gear and trade system of Guild Wars 2. Yes, Stim is something like that in Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 2 with the points and attributes. Yeah, that's a bit sad, that's true. But, you know, Guild Wars 2 has its strength, Guild Wars 1 had its strength. Hopefully we will like see anything in the future also having really good like positives as well. And maybe you go back to that as well. There we go, we got it. What do we have to do next? Return to the field archivist. Okay, let's return. Are they here or are they up there? I think I don't remember. One of these waypoints. Relics unlock at level 80. Yes, they unlock at level 80. Yeah. Yeah, they are useless. They are useless, the chests. I don't know why they. What happened with that? What is the problem? What is the problem with it? So we have to get the. There's the marked location there. Okay, let's look for it. Let's search for the ascended gear that we can get here. I would argue that current active relics are more complicated than adding an additional key. That is true. That, to be honest, now that you mention it, I would actually agree with this. But the problem is, if you add a relic that just gives you a special action key from now and then, I think that would make some kind of power creep. Yeah, because it would just add another button. Yeah. And typically to make that worth, it has to be a really strong relic. I don't know. I personally think it would be good and I would like it, but I'm not sure if the player base will like it. And I think ArenaNet doesn't seem to be interested in that. I think most of the relics that they add now have a complicated mechanic to proc and a niche use case. And I really see them adding more of that. I don't see that they will continue to add more keys. They did not do that in the past. I'm pretty sure they will not do that in the future either. There we go. Is that really working with the skimmer trick? That sounds crazy. If that's working with the skimmer trick for the chests, that's crazy. I did not know that. Very interesting. What else did they improve with the Wizard's Vault? So with the Wizard's Vault, I cannot showcase it here, but you can now select here the daily objectives and weekly objectives after seeing them. So if you did not start your Wizard's Vault on Monday, for example, and did not have anything collected yet, you can change from PvP or World vs. World and can say, nah, this is not, I don't like this. This is horrible for me to do this week. So this is something that is extremely good because it lets you switch things after seeing them. And it can be that some players just never do this piece of content and you can switch, which is, I think, awesome. It's just really good. Stuff like that is like good changes. So how do I get there? Is there like a, yeah, there. Just reroll a character each week for the level 10 game farm. Yeah, I mean, that's then you like the Wizard's Vault keys for sure, for sure. So we have to go in here, I guess. Maybe, yep. There it is. Found it. There we go. Where's the next one? Probably somewhere down the line. Glad that you found my Lunar New Year guide helpful. Yeah, I think the Lunar New Year is like for new players a festival that can be like a bit like boring and not really, you don't know what to do with it. But it's a really good like thing. Where's the next one? Hello? Oh, it's down there. Yeah, so I have a guide on my channel, !Luna in the Twitch chat, if you want to know about the Lunar New Year and how to make the most gold out of it. And it's I think should be helping every new player to get into making some gold with the Lunar New Year. Yeah. There's new weekly, which is complete any raid encounter. I don't like 5 raids, it doesn't count. Yeah, it's bugged. It's bugged. They will fix it. There are some problems with the Wizard's Vault specifically with the Lunar New Year. With the update and the raid encounters that came with it, it's bugged. They will fix it. I would expect to see a fix about this like very soon, probably today, maybe tomorrow. They oftentimes are really fast with it. Where is it? I cannot get there. Oh, it's a hidden one. Okay, we have a laboratory. Interesting quest here. That's actually quite a big quest, to be honest. Find the stolen heart. Crazy quest. Look at this. This is a full quest that you can unlock from the Wizard's Void. Okay, we will just kill some golems, I guess. Okay, very nice. Yeah, we will draw the giveaway winner after this. Yeah, so don't worry. We will draw the giveaway winner after this. Exclamation mark enter in the Twitch chat. You have to be a Twitch follower to win. Subscribers get 5 times luck. 400 gems are on the line. Sponsored by Unionet. And yeah, so we will draw the winner, I guess, in like after I'm done with this quest. Working on trying to get my Griffin, but the X is bugged out. It's so sad if there are bugs to not get the stuff unlocked. That's really sad. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they will fix the bugs probably quite soon, so don't worry about it. Just play something different. It's a bit annoying, but yeah, what can you do? Okay, so I think we are done now, hopefully. We can go in. Looks like it, yeah. Looks like the Crucible of Eternity a bit. Yeah, I like it. It's really cool. Like underwater, it's really nice. They even went through a full instance for this. It's actually crazy. They made a whole instance about this. I guess we have to go around here. It's actually absolutely insane how big this quest is. I really like it. There's a birthday cake, okay. And some lore even for the lore enjoyers. It's actually, I'm surprised how good this looks. How much there is in there in this. It's actually really like absolutely crazy. So what do we have to do here? What's happening here? Okay, I guess we can now go in there. In the thing here, maybe? No, not yet. Not yet. How does it work? How does it work? Okay. Okay. Still have that thing. Okay, 20 seconds. Hopefully I don't die here. I think I might actually have too little of this like buff to give to make me survive. It's actually a full quest line. It's actually crazy. Let me interact with it. No. No, I think I might die now. Too bad. I have to do it again. Was too slow here. Was too slow. Maybe I can rally though. Maybe I can do it then like this. Yeah, I can rally, but I think I will go down again. Not good. I should have read it a bit earlier. Reading is the hardest part about Guild Wars 2 here. No. The Wizard's World refresh worked out brilliantly. I was planning on waiting for the sales to buy a backslot. Oh my god, yeah, that's perfect. You know, getting a backslot now, it's good. It's good. Okay. Yeah, the backslot is insane. The value of the backslot is like, first of all, it gives you so much astral gold per astral claim. But second of all, and that's probably more important, is like backslot is really like useful. Every single player uses a backslot. Like there is almost no reason to not use a backslot and buy it. You know, an expansion, you can use it for your main character if you don't have full backslots. You can use it for your like alt characters. It's just generally useful. It really is. So I think that's awesome. Yeah. No, we do the giveaway we did one already. We will do another one in like when I'm done with this quest. I need longer than I expected, but we will do the giveaway in like, I guess 5 minutes or so. Yes. So let's go in. Let's go in. Hopefully this time I have 48 seconds. Okay. And we also saved their progress. I think that should be good enough. Like, come on, we should be killing those. Is it enough? Yeah, there we go. You did it. Okay, almost done with the quest. Speaking of back slots, I'm almost done replaying Living World Season 2 and the free 20 slots they give now. Living World Season 1-2 is really good for new players. Yeah, it's not only good for new players, it's also good for veterans, because it's not only about the free back slot, but you also make progress towards your free legendary amulet, the prismatic regalia, which you need the return to achievements anyway. So that is really good. Like, oh, I have to do the meta event. Okay, interesting. Interesting, but we're almost done. It's almost done here. Okay, I think it's time to draw the winner. I said in the next 5 minutes, so I was a bit faster than I expected. So we will draw the winner now. Give me a second. Hopefully everybody is in. Exclamation mark enter in the Twitch chat. You have to be a follower to win. Twitch follower. Subscribers get 5 times the luck. 400 gems rather, sorry. 400 gems on the line, sponsored by ArenaNet. So hopefully everybody is in. I didn't care for the legendary and did the quest for the bag. I mean, that works as well, Swiss Guardian. That works as well. You know, whatever you like. I mean, it's worth it either way. If it says fail to enter because too many tickets, it means that you're already in. Yeah. So, last chance. I give you 30 more seconds, then I will draw the winner. Shame they didn't bring back Lost Shores content. Yeah, that was really fun. That was really fun. I agree. I agree. Yeah, it's only on Twitch. Sorry. It's only on Twitch. We will do a YouTube giveaway soon, but not today. Not today. Okay, I think the 30 seconds are over. Good luck to everybody. Let's see who's the winner. And the winner is High Fire. So congrats to you. Hope you are there. Write something in chat and I will send you the gem code. Congratulations, congratulations. Hopefully here. There we are. Yeah, you're here. Perfect. Are you on Steam? This is the important question. Are you a Steam player? If you're a Steam player, I will send you 100 gold instead. That's exactly the same value as 400 gems roughly right now. So you're not on Steam, then I will send you the gem code instead. Very good. Congratulations. Hope you enjoy and have some fun with the gems that you got. Yeah, congratulations, congratulations. And good stream, good for everybody here, I guess. Yeah, and yeah, I think that's also the end of today's stream. Short stream today, but yeah, I had a blast. It was really fun and really fun talking, especially about the relics. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for participating in giveaways. We have more coming up this week as well, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel if you want to see more like that. And see you around. Wish you a very nice day, very nice rest of the week if we don't see each other. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay cool.